Hello, my friends. Tyler here. This is Game Life. So, ever since I've sort of discovered or figured out this action, level, goal, stimuli mode idea of games, I've been loving it and trying to search for it in games or see how I would make my own games with this method. And it seemed a little bit easier to approach it this way than the way I'd done it before, which was kind of just much more scatterbrained and unguided. Today we are going to explore how minimal we can get with each of these different aspects, but still make a fun, compelling game. Just as a reminder of what these are, actions are something to do and ways to do it. Levels are restrictions and constraints. Goals, those are purposes and terms of completion. Stimuli allows us to contrast our improvement, track mastery, and see our skill development. And modes let us alter and extend everything else. So the first thing we're going to want to start with is an action. Our action is going to be move a token, and the way we're going to do that is by clicking, dragging, and dropping. The first thing we need is a token. Here we have a token. Now we can click it, drag, and drop it. There we go. That's our action. That's how the player is going to play our game. Click, drag, and drop. Click, drag, and drop. All right, that's fun, but it's not a game yet. Remember, we have action, and then we need to have levels which build upon the actions. And they do that by restricting and constraining it, forcing us to do it in a different way. Our level is going to be to restrict movement. That's the restriction and constraint part. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do it with a grid. So here we have our grid. Our piece is going to be stuck to one of these grid spots. Now we can still click, drag, and drop, but when we drop, it's going to have to stick to one of these spots. It can't go outside of it, and it can't stay in the middle of them. It has to be stuck onto one spot specifically. So this is a huge movement restriction. Instead of being able to move anywhere on screen, which is thousands and thousands of ways, we can only move between here to here and here to here. This is a 6x6 grid, which means that we only have 36 different spots we can move to. What we have is still hardly considered a game though it is much more simple and easy to work with as a developer. What comes after level? We need a goal. We're able to move anywhere on this grid just by clicking and dragging. That's it. We don't have any purpose, and we don't know when we've completed the game. For that, we are going to need a goal, and that's going to be to reach specific areas. And how do we tell that? We're going to use marked tiles. Here we have our marked tiles. It's very clear which tiles are marked. They have the big old orange circle, and we can use our restricted movement to reach them because they are on tiles also. They're sort of restricted to the same grid as we are, and we're able to land on them, click and drag, land on them, click and drag, land on them. That gives us something to do. We now have a purpose, and we know when we've landed on all of them, but it's awfully easy. We just click and drag and land on all three. It's not really a game. It's more of teaching a person how to use the mouse. So what comes after goal? Stimuli. Next, we're going to need to be able to contrast improvement and track mastery. As I just mentioned, this is really as simple as clicking and dragging onto each different spot. Almost anyone would only take 3 turns to be able to complete this level. But we still do need some kind of stimuli, so we're going to have a turn count where lower is better. If you do click and drag and move and miss, your turn counter is going to go up, but you still haven't filled that tile. Lower is better. Of course, it's completely easy, but we're going to need to change that next. The way we're going to change it from just clicking and dragging onto each tile is with a mode, because that's what comes next. We're going to alter and extend what we have so far. Before we do that, though, we are already doing something. So I would say that we already have a sort of mode. Our mode is sort of this developer sandbox environment, and the rules are just the base, what we have so far. We're able to play it in a sense. We have actions, we have restrictions, we have a goal, and we would have a stimuli with a turn count displayed somewhere. And from this point, we would build ways to make this more complicated. That's why this is the base mode. It's just kind of like a sandbox. We're going to play around with it and see what would be some fun restrictions, some fun differences. And then once we know what those are, we can make a new mode that would be fun. We mess around for a little bit as developers. What's fun, what's interesting, what are some ideas that come into our head? What if we had to mark it from below? So we always have to be below it, and then we can move on to it, and that allows us to mark it. Well, that's an idea. So far, that wouldn't be fun by itself. That's nothing compelling. What about if we can only land on them once and we can't go onto that spot again? That could be fun in the future, but right now that doesn't matter. We would never land on that spot again anyways. What is the main thing that makes this game too easy right now? Well, we're just able to move directly onto each spot, and we just tried to solve that by saying you have to go from below or you can't land on the same spot twice. Those are kind of restricting our movement, but just not enough, not in the right ways. What I came up with is a mode. We're going to change the level rules, which is the restriction movement, and we're going to add on to that, add a movement restriction. So we still have our movement restricted to a grid, but now we're going to have a further movement restriction. The two things we just came up with weren't good, so what about a third one? This new mode, called Tactical, is going to be the base plus some limited movement. You can kind of see this as an abstraction. Any kind of limited movement is going to be a different mode. We just have to make sure that the limited movement we do use is fun. For example, I thought of, what if we could only move each turn onto a specific tile surrounding us? And what if there's a couple of different ways we could do it? So that would kind of give us a choice. For example, let's say we start here, and we can only move right here, and right here. So as a base, we can only move diagonal up and right, down, or to the left 2. So if I want to get this one in the top right, I'd have to go diagonal up right, to the left 2, diagonal up right, down, and diagonal up right. Okay, that's sort of a fun puzzle to figure that out, and if I didn't know what I was doing, it might take me more turns. So the better I would be at kind of planning ahead, the lower my turn count, so it gives us a good stimuli and we reached our goal, at least of this part of the goal. We had movement restricted to the grid and to only certain spots within that grid. The limited movement restriction stayed the same for each place I went to. That could change in a different mode. So each time you move, it could randomize what these are. If it was pure randomization, then you would have more of a random game. It would take less skill. If we knew what the movements would be in the future, that could create more of a skill because you'd have to plan ahead. Sort of like in Tetris, it shows you the next block. As it stands though, that's more fun than it was before, and this could be seen as a decent game, and you could build upon it to have different modes. Remember, modes alter what you already have, so you can throw more modes on top of this, switch out the tactical mode for something else. We could definitely build this into a fun game and then use art and storytelling on top of that to change it into something else. As it stands though, I'd say we definitely have something that we could build upon. This would be the minimum viable product, and each of these show us what the minimum aspect is. So we have a minimum action, a minimum level, a minimum goal, a minimum stimuli, and a minimum mode. There we have our game. Maybe this could be built out. Maybe you have suggestions, go ahead and leave those as a comment. Maybe you have an inspiration, try to program this as it is and see if it would be fun. Once you get this far, you'll have inspiration on how to go even further. So we're going to keep this as a sort of base, and in future videos we could come back and look at it if we need to and possibly use it either for inspiration or build directly off of this. That's it for today, and thanks for watching.